Good morning. Good morning. I forgot to do my little pre-thumbnail thingy because I slept in this morning. And so, but I thought today, since Dawn's not here, I know we're still working on our button journal, that I would make some of Doilies with you. And so these are the ones that I've made so far. These are with the Eileen Hull, and they are colored with Tim Holtz Distress spray stains. They're really super delicate, and I've made them out of coffee filters. But I did want to try an experiment with one of them because I know that, like, when I use a glue substance, like a glue and water substance on like tissue paper, it makes it even more translucent. So I want to try that. And then I have some pre-made store-bought ones too, but they really don't dye well because they have kind of a plastic coating on them. So you can ink blend on them, but the ink doesn't really blend very solidly. So those aren't ideal. So I like the coffee filter ones better because they're easier to dye and more fun to make. Let's see if I can get these back in here without destroying them. Well, actually, I want to leave that one out so I can try my little experiment. Okay, so let's put those aside. And what I have here is I have some liquid watercolor, and I have my all my powder colors. I have a bucket of water. I have my coffee filters. Now, some of these dyes I've had forever, and I couldn't tell you where they came from, but I can see that I didn't poke everything out of this one. And this one, I know this one is from the Paper Craft Society about 4 years ago. But check your stash and check clearance sales because for whatever reason, the mandalas and things like that don't really sell very well. And that's a plus for us. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch more in here still. I think I never really used this one because I didn't at the time have the precision trimmer, the precision plate, chrome plate. And so I couldn't get a nice fine filigreed thing to cut out properly without a big giant hassle, you know. That's a lot of things to poke out. So I'm going to try this one first. And I'm going to be doing it on my switch because my little Empress is too small for these. So I'm going to grab, oops, I missed one. I didn't see you there. Let's make sure I have them all. I'm going to grab 5 coffee filters. So 1, 2, it's better if you keep them together. 3, 4, 5. Now, the one tricky thing about some coffee filters is some of them are like cut off. And I'm just going to smush them out like that. I'm going to just take this die and lay it right smack in the middle of that. So I have 5 layers here. And then run it through my switch. And I'm going to run it back and forth a couple of times. And what I do is I put it, as soon as I hear that it's gone all the way through, I put it in reverse. It's very handy. Because it goes right away. It doesn't stop, it goes. Once more. I don't know if they're mini or not, Jim. They fit in my Mr. Coffee. You didn't reverse, you stupid. Morning. Okay, let's go reverse. It's a hassle because I have it all the way to the end. Let's see if it cut all the way through. It appears to have. Okay, cool beans. So this cuts the middles out, so you're kind of without a middle on these. And what I do, and it makes a hot mess, I'm just going to kind of move this aside for a minute. Is that? Because the pieces are so thin. See, it's already starting to come apart on me here. And oftentimes I won't try to poke these out until I'll show you. So I'm going to, on this one, I'm going to use the liquid watercolor. And let me grab waterproof surface here, because this is going to make a hot mess. Now I use my splat box with the sprays, but I'm not going to be spraying except for water. I'm going to soak this down with water. So I notice I left all the pieces together. And then, where's my tweezers? There you are. I'm going to flip it over carefully. It's very delicate. It won't be. You'll see. Just make sure it's nice and wet all the way through. And let's see what happens with this liquid watercolor. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Melissa. And hi, Jim. I had a bunch of these and I gave most of them away or threw them away because I never used them. So I might as well find a way to use them. You really want to saturate this. I'm going to have some very nice red partial doilies. I'll probably use these more for a lace type technique. I'm just going to let it soak for a minute. Take a sip of my coffee. Happy Friday, y'all. And then I'm going to take a paper towel and dab up some of this excess water, liquid, and make a mess all over my hands. I prefer not to, but it is what it is, right? So that's kind of the disadvantage of having it so thick on there. And then I'm going to take my heat tool and start to dry. And you want to keep your heat tool moving because I burned a lot of pieces yesterday. But what happens as it starts to dry is the coffee filters separate. And because you've added water, for some reason it makes them stronger, not so delicate. This is a pretty delicate dye. Flip it over. Start to dry from the other side. See how it's starting to separate there? I guess my main tip from this is to be patient. when you're drying it. Interesting coloring that happened here. I hadn't tried this one yet. Once I was doing them yesterday, I'm like, I'm going to have to go and find all of the mandala dyes that I can find. And you want to just carefully pull them apart. Morning, Janin. So you see how all the little pieces came out pretty much. Let's take another one apart. Those might be some fun confetti right there. I know there are 5 here, so let's get this back one off. This is so delicate that you want to be super careful pulling out those excess pieces because it's easy to pull apart. See, it folded over a little here, but you can fix that. That's 2. That liquid watercolor worked out well, I think. It's kind of more pink than red, but I'm okay with that in some cases. That's 3, and here are the last 2. Can you do this with fabric? Well, Jim, I'm sure happy to try it. All we can do is it can say, nope, not doing it. I'll try it, though. 4 and 5. And look at all those pretty pink frilly things that you can play with if you so choose. I'm not going to. They are going straight in the trash. Let's try the fabric. Because wouldn't that be cool? I think I'll try it on the different one too, the one without the hole in the center. Let's just get this cleaned off. I love this stuff. It's great. It smells good. This one is breakfast in bed, so it smells like pancakes. All right, let's see if I can find a piece of muslin fabric here. I've put all my fabric away and no clue where I put it. This is the story of me. Okay, I can't find any muslin, but I have some. It's all put away in a safe place that I can't find. I saw some in here earlier. Let's try it. This little piece of Tim Holtz fabric. Little music fabric. Let's get the Eileen Hull die. Oops, I see a little piece wasn't poked out. I want to make sure all those pieces are poked out. This is going to be a trip, so we're experimenting together here with such an intricate die. I know that it'll cut simple pieces. Let's put a piece of paper under that, or maybe over it. I don't know. think it'll be fine just like that. I'm still going to use my Chrome Precision plate. All right, here goes nothing. Yeah, it is, Jimmy. Okay, and again. This time catch it when it I didn't catch it last time. I had to reach around. And I have to reach behind my Mac to get it. Okay, definitely. Ooh la la. Look at that. Okay, so something happened and it cut the center out. Oh, wait a minute. Those are the pieces that are supposed to come out. No. It cut more than it should have cut. So think that through and try it again. Happy Friday. Oh yeah, my Switch gets a workout sometimes. It may be that this is too intricate. I don't know. It's these things are easier to clean off of my glass mat than they are this thing. But I've got quite a few stuck in here that don't want to come out. Now let's think about why it would have completely cut that off. Maybe I didn't need to go through as much. Okay, let's try it again. Come here, you. Where did I put that piece of fabric? You guys, I lost the fabric. Y'all know it's here because I just had it. La 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 la. I can't find it. It's stupid. Where are you? Scooby-Doo. Do you guys see it anywhere? Not there. Maybe I put it back in the drawer. Yes, I did. Okay. All right, let's try this again. I think maybe I will put the piece of paper under it. I think what's happening is it might be shifting the fabric itself as it goes through. So let's secure it. Sure it's nice and tight on there. You know what? As a matter of fact, I think what I'll do here, I want this to work because I don't want to waste any more of my fabric. Let's secure this fabric down onto this piece of paper. Nope, there wasn't a fold. And there might have been a wrinkle, but there wasn't a fold. All right, we're going to try it. We're not going to run it through 4 times. I'm just going to run it back and forth. It's still got a little wrinkle in it. Okay, come on. You're going to work for us. I wish I could find my muslin fabric. It's somewhere over the rainbow. English is hard for you today? Well, you can go ahead and speak in French if you want to, Jamin. I won't understand you, but... All right, let's see what we got. It didn't cut all the way through the paper, but did it cut all the way through the fabric? Yeah, it's still... like it might be just the fibers of the fabric are too like they're separating. So we know it cuts fabric, but I think that we would want to go with a more solid design, because this design, and it didn't cut all the way, but where it did cut, it's fraying is what's happening. So it makes sense why Tim says to, if you really want to do something intricate like this, is to actually stick the whole thing down to a piece of paper. Yeah, now I got a mess. All right, so there's that experiment. We know that at least the switch will cut, the die will cut. It's just not giving us what we need here because of these tiny pieces. The fabric is fraying. That's exactly what's happening. You're welcome. I mean, I think we could remedy that. And if I had my muslin fabric, I would still keep trying. But I really want to keep my Tim Holtz music. I don't know. I hoard that stuff. Okay. The best way to clean these off, it's very difficult to clean them off. Just no matter what, because this thing is so sticky. And now I got fabric everywhere. So let's use some squeaky clean. And just wipe it all over my lap is where it's going. And then when I stand up, it'll go on the floor. And that's okay, because floors can be swept. So let's move on and let's make some more colored doilies, messing around. So still using my Intricut because, I mean, still using my, I don't have an Intricut. I don't know what I'm saying. Still using my, whatever that thing is over there that I'm cutting with. Can't think of the name. Now I tried this with 7 and it didn't work. 5 seems to be perfect. 2, 3, 4. You can never have too many doilies. 5. Especially if you want colorful ones. And if you get this right in the center as best you can, the outside piece is pretty cool too. I tried yesterday to make it into a rosette, but it was just too floppy. I got the squeaky clean from Brutus Monroe. And when I bought some, I bought several bottles. So I bought 2 of the breakfast in bed. I have one that's cinnamon apple pie and one that is pink lemonade. Okay, let's get that. Let's bring this over. And this I will run through twice, back and forth. Hey, Linda. Good morning. Yeah, I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, and that's the time that my brain likes to have a panic attack. And so in order to get myself through that, I don't take any medicine or anything. I just look for stupid TV to watch. And I end up watching a whole movie. And then finally going back to sleep about 5 and then waking up, I don't know, maybe 7:30. So I'm running behind this morning. Hey, Bitty Penny. Good morning. Okay. Okay, so it appears to have cut all the way through. I want to get as much of this out as possible. Slamming it here, and yes, I'm getting stuff everywhere. You just have to be willing to get stuff everywhere to create beautiful objects. So I still have some in there, but you guys know that they're going to come out once I start coloring in here. So I'm going to get my splat box, because this time, you know what? In fact, second thought, let's try our pigment powders. I've got ultramarine blue. We got orchid. And I like the turquoise because it does some trippy stuff. So we're going to saturate the heck out of this. Good morning, Function of Light One. Good morning, Whims. Or evening to you, is it? Okay, I'm going to grab my tweezers and carefully flip it over. And really get it wet. All right, here goes. Let's see what happens. Because we want two things to happen. We want it to soak through to the other side. Let that sit for a moment. Hope everybody has their coffee. I've got mine. I can even kind of move this around a bit. Yeah, I tried those ones from the store with the plastic coating. I tried just dyeing them with inside of a coffee can lid with some Catherine Pooler Rockin' Red. But they just don't want to take the color. It doesn't want to soak through, so you have to put them all in individually. And that's where you have a chance of them breaking. Yep, I'm on my second cup too. Typically, I wouldn't be drinking anymore, but since I slept in, I hate to waste this that I'm soaking up. So guess what? Chicken butt. Let's use it. I'll just let that sit there for a moment, see what we get, and we'll dry this. Can I soak the excess with my next group of 5 filters? I don't think so, because then they're going to be wet and I won't be able to cut them out. It's worth trying. But I want lots of colors, so I don't necessarily need 10 this color. And here's the part where you just have to be patient. And I notice I'm using my Wow dryer because I want that blast of air. I want, air coming out with it. Just keep moving it is all I can say, because if not, you'll burn it. And you'll see the color starts to change. If it's still really flimsy like that, don't try to flip it over. Keep drying. I really like the color of this one. And it went through. So yay, I'm happy. Yes, I said but. See how they're starting to separate, but they're also starting to get brown, so I want to be careful and not go back to that area. I don't want cooked coffee filters. Flip them again. Whew, I really like this. It doesn't take terribly long because they're thin. Okay, so here's number 1. Couple little spots that didn't come out, but they will. And if they fold it over, you just fold them back. See how that little piece is folded over? Just fold it right back. I'm not going to be bossed around by a little coffee filter. Okay, there's one. Isn't that a great color? And they should all be different a little bit. Here's 2. I think this was the top layer. Here's 3. Ooh, this one's even lighter. It's so pretty. Now, sometimes this last layer is tricky. You have to find where it might separate and be very careful because that's a thin little piece of coffee filter. There's 4, and then I can poke these out when I'm ready to use them. There's 5. All right, we've got 5 turquoise ones that we did with our turquoise Ken Oliver color burst. Let's do some small ones. And let's see, what did we get here? What kind of hot mess did we get? I might just set this aside, this whole thing aside, let the whole thing dry and see what I can do with this paper towel at a later time. Let's go clean this up. And let's make some small ones. The small ones I can make on my Empress, my mini Empress. Try not to get my phone wet. Thank you. Yes, I'm telling me not to get my phone wet. Okay. Let's just move this aside for a minute and let's cut some small ones. Now I got this little one. I think I got this one on Amazon. I really like it. I'm going to move my water here because I'm going to have something electric plugged in there and I don't want any accidents. And I brought that out in case we needed it, but I don't think we're going to need it. So I can get 20 out of this one. Oops, I can see a spot there. It needs to be poked out. And one there, and one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. Okay, looks good from there. So I'm going to go 1, 2, come on, 3, 4, and 5. The reason I like it, the coffee filter, is because it dyes all the way through, but also because it's very thin for layering, so it's not going to. Hey, Gaz. I'm going to fold this into quarters and then cut it into quarters because this will fit in the quarter. So Waste not, want not, right? And I like the smaller ones best because they, you know, you can fit them in cards and stuff like that too. So you were asking me about the size earlier, Jim. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to measure one of these. Flatten them out. I want to say, yeah, they're 7-inch in diameter. Not diameter, width. Diameter is different. They're 360 degrees diameter. Okay, let's get my little goodies out here. Hey, Chow, good morning. Hi, Diane. Good morning to you. All right, lay this on here. And I'm going to run it through 4 times. So I'm going to run it all the way to the edge here, and then I'm going to hit the reverse button. This one you have to press and hold the reverse button. Oh, goody, lots of them came out. I'm going to slam this one over here. See, I slammed them all right out, and it got most of the little dealy bobs out, too. So that's 5. Was that 5? Did I do 5? Let me just double check here, make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Oh, yes, I love this die cutting machine, Gaz. It's my favorite tool, bar none. Now I want to scrape those off because they could impede my cutting. See if I can scrape them off here. You should see my lap right now, y'all. It's hilarious. I wonder if my other little small one, this one I haven't tried yet, will fit. Oh, yeah. I'm still going to only do them 1 at a time. Well, 5 at a time, but 1 die at a time. Yeah, no, they don't, because they're smaller. Smaller ones don't tend to buckle. This is probably the best investment I ever made because I can have it right here at my desk. Like, it's kind of a hassle to reach over there and deal with my switch. Okay. Okay, there's set 2. Let's try this other die and see how it works out. I don't know where it came from. A lot of stuff I bought when I very first started crafting. And Lord knows if I can remember where I bought it from. I didn't know about scrapbook.com. I think I didn't know about any of those places. Oops. We're going to try this other one. I don't do any hand cranking at all anymore, except for, you know, if I'm doing hot foiling, obviously. Let's see if I even care about the looks of these. These are kind of boring, but I'm going to go back to the other one. I like those better. They're more intricate. I do with my little. And this is, Gaz, this is a magnetic mat, and I do have the metal shim in between. And I have flipped my mat over, so, and these are obviously consumable. So it is warped. The mat is a little bit warped, but not much. More than anything, it stretches out. Okay. And let's make sure I got all the little bits out of there. Still see some in here. That's going to prevent good cutting on the next run. And there's one right there. Sometimes they're so small, they're hard to see. Now I'm in the market for all kinds of mandala dies. It is Anna Griffin. It's an Anna Griffin. So it's actually probably just as easy to get in Great Britain. I got it from HSN, but I think you get them from Crafter's Companion. I don't know. I know right now they're not on sale and they're very expensive. So you want to wait until they come up on sale. Okay, that popped out all by itself. Let's set that aside and let's get these guys colored. Oh yeah, I bet Fun to Dot paint. Well, and the material they're cutting through, this is, I mean, it's coffee filters, it's soft material. Let me just move this since I'm going to be working with water. And I was loving the looks of the color burst, so that's what I'm going to go with. Where did I put the rest of the? There they are. And it's getting hot in here already, y'all. It's supposed to be about 70 here today. Which is nuts. I'm going to stand up and shake some of these little bits off of my body here before I suck one up my nose. You guys know what happened if I start having a sneezing fit. Okay, let's choose a color. Put this one back. I have these liquid ones too, but I'm not sure. I don't know how the Nuvo shimmer powder would work out. Let's do Wisteria. And we have several to choose from here, so let's make sure I have my tweezers. And soak this down. The little ones will go a lot faster. But because it's a coffee filter, I don't know why I'm shaking that. This is a liquid. I mean, this is a powder. And I'm probably using way more than I need to, but I want some real rich color. Yes, I know your Cricut will do it, Janin, because I made some, when I first got my Cricut, I got super ambitious. Uh-oh, look at my fingers. And I made some really delicate filigree bunting that were big. They were like 6 inches all the way down. That's still hanging in my living room. I want to make sure this absorbs all of that liquid, or as much as possible. Those are going to be so pretty. For my purple lovers out there, let's grab my little, what I'm going to call my cleanup sheet here. At this point, my fingers are going to get dirty. It is what it is. Go ahead and just get up as much as I can off of here, because why waste it? Ooh, that's pretty. Looks like Easter, huh? Okay, and then we'll set this down on top of that in my splat box, and we'll go ahead and dry. Inky fingers are a wonderful thing. Yeah, back here. Yeah, it would make a good egg card. You're right. Okay. That's more than one right there, and it's still kind of damp. So you just have to look for the openings. That's one. That's two. Here's three. If they're still wet, these pieces won't fall out very easily. But you can set them aside to dry if you want to. You don't have to heat dry them. In the summer, I wouldn't. It'd be too hot. This one is going to be a little bit trickier to get apart. Just got to find the opening. Or give it a quick blast. I hear you. There we go. See, it's the heat tool that makes them separate like that. There's five. Ooh, these are so pretty. So we've got five little, all different shades of purple. Okay, let's grab another color. What color do you guys think? Yeah, it's kind of a blue. You mean the purple color? I've got, well, if you name a color, I'll see if I have it. Orange. So the Eileen Hull die is available on Amazon, and I did list it in my Amazon shop. Yeah, so you need lots of these. And so you can buy, Hefty Doodle makes these in multiple colors, but maybe you don't need 100 or 50 of one color. So going this way is a way to get them in multiple colors. Let's start with an orange here. Orange. We'll call it orange, and it is orange. And oh, look, you see that little bug? You know what that is? That's a baby stink bug. Die now. Sorry. And you can do them brightly colored, you can do them vintage, whatever your needs are. Okay, here comes the orange. The orange does some trippy things too. I'm not going to use my same cleanup sheet with the orange though, because it will make mud. It's I put it in my Amazon shop under die cutting. I can't post links on Facebook until 6 days. I got stuck in Facebook jail for I was trying to post the scrapbook.com live yesterday and it kept not posting, so I kept trying again. I want this deeper. And I guess they figured I was spamming and banned me from posting links or sharing posts or anything. I just want some more intensity to that orange. Let's see what we get. The poor glass mat. Why do you say that? This is the Glassboard Studios glass mat. It'll withstand all that heat. Now I think what I'll do, I'm gonna grab a paper towel. You know what? I betcha, just out of curiosity, betcha I can soak most of this up in another coffee filter and just use that for fodder. Just for the heck of it. Of course, it doesn't give me the opportunity to squeeze the excess out of here, but I think I won't do that. I think I'll just let that kind of marinate there. Oh, the bug, yeah. I forgot about him already. They need to die before they live. I'm terrified of stink bugs. That's okay. I clean this thing with hand sanitizer and alcohol multiple times a day. I like the orange. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Melissa. Starts blowing around on you, just grab it with something. Just make sure you keep that heat moving. Let's see if we got them dry enough. One, two. The orange isn't as pigmented. These still feel pretty wet, but it looks like I'm going to be able to separate all of them. Three. These are still a little damp, so I'm being very careful with them. 4, 5. Ooh! Yeah, exactly. They're not good for the summer. Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. I have problems with those and those man bugs that bite. They look like a ladybug, only they're not. They're some sort of a beetle, somebody told me. Now, what do we do with this piece of this? We'll set that there. What's my time look like? Okay, we're just about done here. I guess I'm going to have to dry this. I don't have much choice. Let's do it. Yeah. It is kind of peachy. Peachy. Somebody asked for pink. I've got 2 more to do, I think. Somebody asked for pink and somebody asked for turquoise, I think. You know what you could do with this is lay some rub-ons on top of it and use it as fodder. That's dry enough. I just don't want it getting everywhere. It takes on a completely different feel than it had before. It takes on a wrinkly and it gets a little bit more translucent. Okay. Oops. Okay, what happened to the... Did I blow them away? Where did the... Oh, here they are. Let's do these. Let's see. Do I have pink? I have fuchsia. And let's try this cherry bomb. Now this is a shimmer powder, so I don't know how pigmented it's going to be. We're about to find out. I'm always more than happy to experiment. And I never use this shimmer powder. It's a crying shame. You know what? Ooh. Dare I just put a couple of splashes of yellow in there. Oh yeah, we need to make a teal. Oh, don't let that get stuck to that. All right. Let's see what happens with this one. So this is more like a mandala and less like a doily. But doesn't mean it can't be used in the same way. I'm hearing you. All right, let's take a look here. See how well these colored. There's one. Oh, they're pretty. There's two. There's 3, 4, and 5. They do have the shimmer. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. Let me... Oh, you definitely can't see there. It's very hard to see on camera, but they do have the shimmer. Not as intense as the top and bottom layers do, but they definitely have the shimmer. Yep, I can see it. So that experiment works. Let's get this dried off so it can be useful in another life. So we'll try this magical top hat teal on the last set. And it is also a shimmery powder. It's going to be so hot in here, y'all. Okay. And we'll do the last one and we'll call it a day until Monday. All right, now this stuff I'm going to need to spoon out because actually I could use a brush with it. Maybe I'll put it on a brush. Yeah, I like the way you get color variations in the layers too, because it means you've got multiple colors to work with, basically. Okay. Okay, let's see. Once I give that some... I think I'm going to flip it and give it a little bit more on this side. These aren't as intense. This color is not as intense as you would think it would be. This top hat teal. So see, it looks sort of green on here, but I'm not seeing the green there. I could sit and do this all day, friends. Yeah, me too. I think they do salmon shakers now. And I could probably, like I've got, let's see, do I have a teal? Oh, I have that Prussian blue. That's a beautiful blue. I have turquoise, which isn't exactly teal. What is this? Violet. Olive green. Sea green. Sea green. Let's just put a smidge or so of that sea green in there. Oh, that's going to be gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All the artist series are shakers. Yeah, that's handy. Oh, flip you over. Soak up some of that Beautimus color. Now, where's my cleanup? That can definitely come live on here. Just set you right there for a moment. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And this, I'll let that dry and turn it into something. In fact, oh, you guys, look how pretty that is. Oh, my word. That is gorgeous. Okay, let's just open you out. And these are Viva, so they dry very nicely. Wow, that's going to be something beautiful. So what I do is I have, you guys know I have my little metal shelf over here, and I have little magnets here, and so I'll just magnetize it on here so it can hang here to dry. Oh, loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. They do, yeah. So all of the ones that I showed you in the beginning of the video were done with Tim Holtz Distress. Let's see, where did I put them? I put them aside somewhere, and now they're lost. No, they're right here. All of these were done with Tim Holtz Distress. So, for instance, that's pine needles, old paper, antique linen, tea dye, multiple sprays. So, yeah, they do work. I know, right? And let's just give this just a little bit more of a dab, and let's get it dry. And we'll be done. Hey, guys, I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me today. And we didn't work on the journal, but I didn't even want to come live this morning. Like I said, I had a rough night, but I wanted to share this with you and play around and take some of your ideas and bring them to life. And heck, coffee filters are cheap. You can get a pack of them at the $1.25 store. Oh, yes, these are pretty. Come back here. As soon as they start to separate like that, they're dry enough. All right, here we go. So the top layer is obviously the most intense. So there's layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. Okay, I've got 2 layers stuck together somewhere. I can tell that these are single layers, 3, 4. This is 2 layers. So I may have to take the heat to it to get it to separate. Ah, don't blow away on me. It's impossible. Yeah, see, there we go. We got a separation. You gotta keep them separated. I'm a hot mess, y'all, but ooh, this was fun. So there's our different shades of teal. Then we've got our different shades of pink. We've got our different shades of purple. Our different shades of orange. And this was just, these all were just from 5 coffee filters. And then we did these Eileen Hull ones with 5 different shades of another kind of a teal. So dark to light. And then these ones, which, meh, I think they're too delicate to mess with, to be honest with you. So I would watch the delicacy of what you get, especially because they probably would have held up better if they didn't cut out the middle. Well, thanks you guys for coming and hanging out. I'm hoping I'll see lots and lots of you tonight on Craft Roulette. If you could make it, that'd be awesome. Thanks, Betty Penny. Thanks for coming and spending time with me. Yes, definitely make doilies on your Cricut because you can. And now, whether they'll cut coffee filters or not, I couldn't say. Thank you. Yeah, Mike just brought me a whole nother pack of coffee filters. He knows. I'm like, he comes up. I'm like, bring me some coffee filters. He comes up with like this many. I'm like, no, dude. Like, bring me 100 of them. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much again. Sorry, I keep forgetting to leave. Have a great weekend. See y'all around the rooms. And Mike's a great guy. He is. Bye-bye.